So I'd like to start off introducing our board members. President is myself, Amity Decker. Vice President, Steve Conger. Treasurer, Aurora Murray, who cannot be here today. Treasurer of Finance, John Pescucci, which I don't think he was able to make it either. Director of Program and Events, Lori Enos. Lori Klein is our new Director of Program and Events. Lori Enos. So it's really confusing, so we have two Loris. So Lori and Lori. We'll just keep it like that. Director of Marketing is Courtney McGinnis. Courtney. Director of Special Projects, Sarah Kerner. Director of Advocacy is Erin Lewis. Erin. And our Administrative Director, Kathy Gueno. We could not do it without her, by the way. Oh my gosh. Director of Membership. Sorry, Daria, you're not on my list. Sorry, Daria. We could not do it without Daria either. She is amazing. She really works hard for us. So making strides. The Penfield Business Chamber prides itself in continually making strides to develop and implement benefits and programs to improve member engagement and experience. One of the ways the Chamber did this was to update the website to streamline its appearance, improve functionality, and navigation ease, all at a nominal cost for under $300. Perhaps one of the Chamber's largest undertakings was a transition to a new database in February of 2022. This entailed moving all member records, including contact, payment information, email logs, and overall account information. Members were notified to set up and update their member accounts or profiles, which enable them to register and pay for events, like today, renew their annual membership, hint, hint. Otherwise, you'll hear from us, and interact with other members through member postings. This new database saves the PPC over $3,000 annually. As the Chamber made advancements this year, so did COVID. And with the easing of restrictions, the Chamber was able to begin holding in-person events once again. In 2022, our Topics at 12 offered not only networking opportunities, but also consisted of several presentations aimed at educating and engaging attendees. This year, PBC members and guests learned about cannabis in the workplace, rules and regulations, were informed on election rules and regulations, received tips on holiday spending, and more. Our Topics at 12 are held the second Tuesday of the month from 11:30 to approximately 1 p.m., but will be changed to the first Tuesday of the month beginning in March of 2023. And if you want to see where those different places are that we hold our events, just check the website. Our Chamber on Tap events, held on the fourth Thursday of the month from 5 to 7 p.m., have been very well attended and offer networking opportunities and a casual atmosphere at several PBC member restaurant and retail locations. This past year, PBC members and guests at these events enjoyed meetings, greetings, and eatings. The PBC also continues to offer member-hosted webinars and a variety of informative and educational topics. Our Morning Spark program is also being relaunched. So we do try and offer a variety of programs, morning, noon, and night. One of the Chamber's most successful undertakings was its annual community event. This year, the PBC changed the name of the location from Gathering on the Green, which was held at Ashley Woods at Penfield Square, to the Penfest held at Dolomite Lodge. The Penfest was attended by over 600 people and included music, a kids zone, food trucks, and 63 vendors made up of PBC members and community partners. Through a partnership with the Penfield High School, PTSA, and the PBC, the Chamber was able to recruit approximately a dozen high school student volunteers for this event. In recognition of the Chamber's 30th anniversary, the PBC received a proclamation from Senator Sam Abruk, as well as the Town of Penfield proclamation presented by Marie Cinti, Town of Penfield Supervisor. Another partnership the Chamber is pleased to have and recognize is one with the Genesee Valley Penny Saver. And you all see those on your desks or on your desks. I'm not at work, Amity. You'll see those on your table. To create and print the Penfield Business Chamber Directory. The 2023 directory features information about the Chamber, the town, the Penfield community, PBC member listings in the districts or quadrants where Penfield businesses are located. Additionally, PBC members received an advertising discount with a percentage of the sales given to the PBC. These directories are free to the public and can be picked up at several retail business locations throughout the community and can also be accessed as a flipbook on the PBC website. This time I'd like to invite Daria up.
So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who participated in the directory, and thank you for giving us raffle prizes. And I also want you to know that it's going to be a few months before I ask all of you for anything else. So, thank you. But the Genesee Valley Penny Saver is extremely proud to be part of the Penfield Business Chamber in the directory. And as Amity said, at the end of the sale process, the Genesee Valley Penny Saver takes the profit, and what we do is we have given back 15% to the Penfield Business Chamber. And I'm so happy to present to Amity a check for $1,123.12. So I can't thank you all enough.
Thank you, Daria, for all your hard work. Again, she really helped in advocating for us and seeking out people to contribute to the booklet. All right, the PBC is pleased to announce our membership is up 28% from last year, with now a total of over 160 members and climbing.
It's 33%.
To make membership more affordable to our members, in January of 2022, we implemented 4 new tiered levels to accommodate the needs and preferences and budgets of businesses and organizations. In October of 2022, the Chamber added nonprofit discount for each level, requiring a proof of a 501(c) certificate. So if you are a nonprofit, feel free to contact us. And there's, you'll see this actually in the directory as well, the different levels that we have. And again, if you need to renew your membership, now is the time. Making fun. Another part, to make membership more affordable. Sorry, lost my spot. During January of every year, the PBC holds its holiday party. This year, it will be held on January 12th at Glendevere's. This is a fun and casual opportunity for PBC members and guests to enjoy an evening together after the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. At this party, the annual business awards are also presented. These include the Daniel Penfield Award, given in honor to a local business person who has positively impacted the business community through his or her community involvement, business practices, and overall character. The Penfield Pride Award recognizes local businesses that rehabilitates an existing building, creates vibrant new look, and becomes a possible addition to the Penfield's community. The Business of the Year Award is given to honor a local business that has significantly contributed to the vitality and success of the Penfield business community. The nomination forms for these awards can be found on our website, penfieldbusiness.org, and are due by December 15th, 2022. Please go on the website and nominate a business. Also, Business of the Month, you can go ahead and do that there too. The Penfield Business Chamber offers several benefits for its members, from networking events, social media postings, and volunteering to educational opportunities and our Welcome Brigade bag. In addition to the annual awards, the Penfield Business Chamber presents the Business of the Month Award in recognition of a PBC member business that exemplifies contributions to the Penfield business community, PBC involvement, and/or charitable works. This recognition is given to a different PBC member each month and brings awareness to their business contributions to the Penfield community. Recipients receive a certificate awarding them with the title of PBC's Business of the Month. Additionally, recipients are publicly recognized in the PBC newsletter and the PBC social media platforms, receive an exterior sandwich sign for an entire month designating their business as Penfield Business Chamber's Business of the Month. This year, the PBC recognized the following as the Business of the Month. January was Don's Original. February, Edward Jones, John Piscucci. March was Out of the Office Services. April was Beyond Green Solutions. May was the Genesee Valley Penny Saver. June was Firecrest. July is Blue Tie. August, Heartland. September was Lala's. October was Mark's Pizzeria. November, Newbrow Piano Studio. And December is to be announced. The Penfield Business Chamber's member referral program offers a small incentive to members who refer businesses to join the chamber. Upon the business joining the PBC, the referring member will receive his or her choice of a $25 off their next annual membership renewal or a $25 gift card to a PBC member of your choice. The PBC Preferred Partner Program saves members money by offering discounts, savings, or special offers when patronizing our preferred partners. Penfield Business Chamber in good standing must be a member in good standing in order to receive these special savings. The Welcome Brigade bag offers members free opportunity to bring awareness to their business or organization by contributing a promotional or swag item, which is distributed to new residents monthly. Volunteers who distribute the bags also have the opportunity to have a face-to-face meeting with these new community members. This is my little shout out here. If you want to volunteer, please see me. You can even contact Kathy. It is a great opportunity, like I said, to go door to door, face to face with people. You can introduce yourselves, and it's free advertisement. All right, we have to stop this PowerPoint at this time, and we are going to announce our, I want to say winners. Our new members. Penfield Business Chamber has changes this year, which we changes to the word or no exception. Lori Enos was voted in, Lori, was voted into the new Director of Programs and Events in October, and we are pleased that she not only hit the ground running, but has been doing an excellent job at that. Lori, we really thank you because she just did an awesome job just picking up and just jumping in and taking notes. So yeah, we're super, super happy for you. Our current open board positions are as follows. Treasurer, I need everyone to check your tickets because I'm gonna do a drawing. serious note, we are looking for a treasurer. Aurora Murray is still helping us out, but she has a lot on her plate right now at Family First. So she's working overtime for us. So we're really thankful for that, but we do need to fill that position. We have received the following nominations for the Director of Marketing. So we have Hillary Payne Hopkins and Megan Little. Megan Little is the Public Relations Manager for Episcopal Senior Life Communities, and Hillary Payne Hopkins, Senior Living Consultant, who will be working in tandem. Are you here today, Hillary? Hillary! Hillary, come on up. Sorry, Hillary. I'll stand here with you. You can come on over here. Get hide behind my podium. All right, so at this time we are going to vote for Hillary, yay or nay. So all in favor for voting yay for Hillary? Hillary, yay, okay. Any nays? Any abstentions? Woohoo, by show of hands, we welcome you to the board. Thank you. We would also like to recognize our outgoing board members. Aurora Murray, treasurer, again, she could not be here today, but we do have a certificate for her and a gift card. And Courtney McGinnis, director of marketing. Courtney, come on up. Yes. Thank you, Courtney, for everything you've done for us.
Thank you, thank you. I can attest with Hillary, you are in amazing hands. So, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And continue with the recognition of outgoing board members. Amy Valente, PVC Board President. Amy, you can come on up as well. Amy, I remember last year sitting over here and just thinking, wow, she's pretty awesome. Like, she does a lot of work. And she has, so we just thank you. Well, this is for you. Thank you.
Great job, Amy.
And also Lori Klein, PBC Director of Program and Events. It must be in the name, Lori. Lori, she set us up, I think, throughout the end of the year, just about with all of our events. She did move out of state, but she kept in connection with us, and she did help us. So we just thank her for that. There's Amy and Lori. And we just want to thank our members and our sponsors. Our Harris Wayland, Rothus Park, and Sherwood Fields members. And also for Canandaigua National Bank for sponsoring this event today. Just want to give a quick shout out to my colleagues and my partner in crime, Nicole Briggs. She literally keeps me sane. She tells me, breathe, here's chocolate, and go take a walk. And also Maggie Wheelhand. She is a certified divorce financial analyst and a certified financial planner. And she also keeps me sane, so. Chocolate and wine. So Maggie brings the wine, not to work. Okay, we'd like to give the floor over now to Marie Cinti and Kerri Ivers.
All right, wow, it's really nice to be back with you this year in person. Have to say it's a little weird. But we're very, very glad to be with you today. I will have to leave in about 20 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll go through the portion of my presentation first. And if you have any questions at the end of it, we can have that conversation. And then I will turn it over to Kerri. And so I apologize, just my schedule for today. Before we go too far into this, I want to acknowledge some of the elected officials in the room. We have Councilperson Linda Cole and our town clerk, Amy Steckloff. And I want to acknowledge some of the town staff that really make everything happen. Everything that I talk about today happens because of the amazing Penfield staff we have, like Dave Renner and Brian Delameter from PCTV, and Kerri Ivers, our new Director of Developmental Services. Oh, I keep joking, she's the new Jim Costello. So
I'm going to have a t-shirt made so that I can just wear it to these events.
When we say Director of Developmental Services, people go, what? And we say, she's the new Jim Costello. Oh, okay. So there we are. So thank you. Kerri, we're delighted to have you. Also, before we get a little bit too far into this, Kerri and I wanted to acknowledge the retirement of Sarah Jane Clifford, who is one of the founding members of the Chamber and is starting a new chapter in her life today, I believe, right? So you close on your building. And Kerri and I we're also not only members of the Chamber, but we're also GTC mothers, because our daughters went there. So we wanted to honor you. Oh, standing next to someone my size. Thank you. I gotta go soon.
I know. I just want to say thank you to the community. I sold my building. I don't know who's taking it over or what it's going to be for the last time. And you know what? I don't care. But I want to thank all of you. I have an office in MGM. I'm not leaving Penfield, but I'm no longer a taxpayer. I'm sorry. But I love you all. It has been the biggest ride, the best ride of my life. And hopefully I will still make an impact on Penfield. I am teaching in town of Henrietta now, though. But God bless you all. Happy Thanksgiving with love from all of my kids to all of you. God bless you.
All right, so we'll get right into our State of the Town presentation. I wanted to just highlight our fiscal responsibility highlights, because even though some of the members of the town administration changed, we have a new board member and a new supervisor, our commitment to fiscal responsibility really stayed the same. So with that, please note that we kept the tax levy for next year's budget flat. Tax levy is the amount of money that the town collects to complete their budget. That's the same. The same amount of money is being collected from 2021-22 will be collected in 2023. We did complete the town-wide reassessment for the first time to ensure fair and equitable distribution of property taxes. This was long overdue. I know a lot of people kind of lost their minds about it, but remember, it was always about the tax levy, not necessarily your assessed value. It's what the town needs to collect, and we kept that flat. The town maintains one of the lowest tax rates in Monroe County. Because of the reval, our town tax rate went from $2.78 down to $2.10. We are now, I think, the fourth lowest in Monroe County, and I think there's a couple others that pay no tax, have no property tax because of their landfills, quite honestly. So pretty low. And we also had a clean audit for last year, and our fiscal stress score, which is something that the New York State Comptroller attaches to every town. That's the amount of stress a local municipality might face. The higher you go on that scale towards 100, the more stress you're obviously experiencing. We have zero stress. You cannot go lower. So that is the same. All right. We obviously did a lot more than this, but I just want to highlight some of our legislative accomplishments. We did pass a tax exemption for volunteer first responders. It's a 10% reduction on their assessed value. A number of towns did do this as well. We also revised our building and construction code to be completely synced with the New York State Uniform Code. We also, and this is probably something very pertinent to business and economic development, we have the creation of the local law and parameters for recreational marijuana retail dispensaries. Remember, marijuana law being legalized is really changing the landscape for towns. Towns had to decide whether they wanted to offer retail businesses, whether they wanted to allow retail plus consumption on site, or not get involved in that at all. Last year's town board decided that we were going to take a very cautious path. We allowed for retail dispensaries, but not consumption. But we needed to create parameters around this. So this year was spent by the town board and by people like Kerri. Where can these places go? How far apart do they need to be from schools and churches and things like that? So we have done that, and that was just passed, I want to say last month.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right. On deck, I'll start from the bottom up. We are always looking at our town code to make sure that we have current code with technologies out there. We realize that there are a number of properties out there that want to look at short-term rental like Airbnbs and VRBOs. And so we want to have some control over what that looks like. And so we'll be talking about that in January 2023. And then also, as you know, we have a mixed-use development district right along 250 corridor. As we've done a couple of those projects now, we saw some ambiguities in our code where things just weren't really clear. So we put a pause on things for about 6 months, and we're cleaning up that code so that it's easier for developers, it's easier for planning board and things like that to move projects along in a timely and cost-efficient manner, quite honestly. All right, my initiatives in the town were always about communication, and I know the town board members and town clerk feel exactly the same way. So we made several hopeful improvements to make ourselves more transparent and visible. We did hire a full-time communication director. A town of this size just needs someone full-time managing all the information coming through. We've reopened the reception desk at the town hall, so you have a real live person to greet you. We are honoring and partnering with other community groups, so we will be honoring our active service members in the Penfield Community Center, and also highlighting our Penfield Art Association with rotating displays in the town hall. Again, to highlight all the good things coming along in Penfield. And last but not least, holiday decorations in the four corners. So there will be some decorations this year and then further decorations in 2023. So I hope you enjoy them. All right, we have made an effort during this time period to make sure that we are taking advantage of all the federal money opportunities out there. This is an unprecedented time with the infrastructure bill, and it was really important for the town to sort through all these different opportunities and say, okay, what do we want to focus our efforts on? Because the more money we can bring in from federal dollars, the less we have to look to taxpayers. So, as of today, we have brought in $426,000 in grant monies here in the town, and that's monies that, again, Allen's Creek, some DPW projects that we don't have to go to the taxpayers for. So, and we're looking to continue that into next year. And we just are waiting on some future grant opportunities. Hopefully that number you saw will go up by the end of the year. Always trying to keep track of all our sidewalks and things like that. I don't want to go through this item by item, but just so you know that maintaining our infrastructure is really important, and it's an ongoing project. You're never done. So we try to do things on a constant basis, little at a time. All right, infrastructure projects in place. Improvements in the Four Corners Business District. Holiday decorations is one of them, but we are looking at using some of our federal funds to repave the Four Corners area to make it more accessible for people with disabilities, and also just more aesthetically pleasing. We'd like to add car charging stations for electric vehicles, and adding amenities like restrooms at Veterans Memorial Park, and also hopefully down the line LaSalle's Landing, which is a very heavily used park, and we have no amenities there. So, also, because most of our facilities, like our Department of Public Works, our community center, our town hall even, were built so long ago when we were just a very small town. This town needs to now start looking at our facilities, our infrastructure of our own town buildings. Our DPW is about 70 years old. It can no longer hold all our equipment because, as you know, the equipment's gotten larger, and we also have more of it. With our growth, we have more roads. We have more need for things. So we'll be developing a facilities plan that will be discussed at the December 14th work session as a preliminary discussion, and working through 2023. That big area in the middle of Penfield, Shadow Pines, it's coming along. The town board approved a master development plan for it. I think the easiest way to discuss it is to think of it in two parts. You have your front 9 and your back 9. The back 9, 99 acres, is pretty much left the way it is. So it's for passive recreation, for hiking, solitude, everything, geocaching, orienteering. The front 9, we are using for some active recreation, things like disc golf, hopefully things like pickleball, and some hiking trails, also some formal hiking trails in there as well, and some recreational fields. This is a long-term project. This isn't something that you're going to wake up in 2 months and Shadow Pines is going to be done. This is going out several months. And I do want to thank the town board and the town staff for all the work they've put into this property. There is truly going to be something for everyone. I know everyone has their own idea in their head of what Shadow Pines should be, but there's enough space there that we all can appreciate it. All right, and before I turn this over to Kerri, are there any questions for me? No? So, Clark House, what we're doing, yes. What we're doing now is we are out to have, is it BME? It's Bergman. Bergman, I'm so sorry. Bergman, BME, MRB, so Bergman is actually putting together a proposal for how much it would be to really look at that most original section, the 1832 piece. That's the piece that's got historic value. Now, in a perfect world, we would love to rehab that and then add some space to the back of it so that it's a lodge so that town residents can use it. I think that's also honoring the past and providing for some amenities, for badly needed amenities for the community. We may also have to look at, depending on where it's at, just replicating it, that original portion. Does that make sense? Pardon? We'll see. It is a town facility. But I mean, we understand, we hear the community's concern for it. It is, a beautiful piece of property. But when we inherited it, when we bought it in 2018, it had been vacant for several years before then. Anything else? You guys are easy. All right. Thank you very much.
So now it's my job to talk about economic development or business development, and I'm excited to do that. So as we think about some of the development in town, often it's looking at renovation or rehabilitation. And I'm highlighting just a few examples of that here today. We've got the Bar Bill coming in on Empire Boulevard. That's a Buffalo restaurant. I'm not going to say chain, it's a family series of restaurants that are widely known and apparently supposed to be very good wings. And they're coming into the former McGregor's. They're going to be making some renovations to the building, including new exterior, rehabbing and replacing the outdoor patio space. And we're excited to welcome them here. Another anticipated adaptive reuse would be the Rising Storm at the Mill. That's the former Daisy Flour Mill on Blossom Road. It is going to be home to Rising Storm Brewery. They are located, their original flagship is located down in, I believe, in the Avon area. Livonia, forgive me. Thank you. The expert in the room has spoken. I've not been to that one. My husband and I have been to many of them across the Finger Lakes. We haven't made it to that one. So we're anxiously awaiting their arrival. Side note, I think that project came in very shortly after I joined the town. And so my husband says, job well done. I brought a brewery to Penfield, another one. So check that box. So that's exciting. And then speaking of breweries, K2 Brewing has proposed building modifications, exterior upgrades, new deck, and renovations to their upstairs. So we're looking forward to that project moving forward in the future. And then we've got anticipated new development. So a couple of projects have been approved in that mixed-use development corridor. So we've got the Arbors, and then we've got Mill Point, which you would have known during the review process as Penfield Heights. They changed that because of some naming rights between Monroe County, so it becomes 911 needs names not to be very similar from one community to the other. And then we've got the Penfield Square out parcels that are also proposed and have received approval. And as we think about new business, it's not always gigantic, thousands of square feet. It's new businesses come to town all the time. This is really just a small sample, but one that we thought we would highlight. We've got Bone Gym, that's over in 441. We've got the new Burger King over on Route 250 near 441. You'll note that I put these in alphabetical order because I don't want to get accused of liking one business more than the other. You know what? I knew that was going to be a question and answer. They're under review. We're waiting on them. They're wanting to submit some revised drawings, and my understanding is we've not received those yet. Forgive me. The question was, is Chick-fil-A coming in? And that's a question that I can't go into any room with people without answering it. So we're getting used to that question. They're under review. They were needing to revise some drawings, and we're awaiting those. So we've got guacamole, tacos, and margaritas in the Four Corners. We've got New Brow Piano Studio in the Four Corners. And then, of course, Simply Crepes on Empire, which has been going gangbusters since they've opened their doors. So we're excited for that. And then we've got, sort of coming soon, not quite yet open, but have approved. We've got Carpone's Italian Eatery and Four Corners, not to be confused with their restaurant location on Empire. The former Pontillo's is going to be replaced. This is going to be a little takeout, eatery, pizza and deli type of food. So we're excited to have them here. We've got Dance Connections. That's a new dance studio, new building happening over at 1385 Empire Boulevard. You'll note that I can memorize every application address that's come through the doors. And so we've got Fur Babies grooming, that's pet grooming, coming to Four Corners, as well as a new yoga therapy studio. Not on here, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it fell into another slide. There's a new hair salon coming into the Four Corners as well. So the good thing for us, in the town of Penfield is seeing empty spaces being filled, or outgoing businesses and then new businesses coming in to replace them. That's really the ideal situation. And I can tell you that there's a lot of interest in Penfield. Everyone wants to be here. Often it's a matter of just finding the right spot or where will something work. But Penfield is a very sought after community for almost every type of business development there is. I think when we think about looking ahead, it's really on focusing on expanding partnerships, maintaining the existing ones we have and looking for ways to either strengthen them or add new partnerships to the mix. And so obviously, one of my primary roles in the town boards and the town staff is maintaining a good, strong connection with our business community. Certainly continuing the partnership that we have with the Penfield Business Chamber, who does such a great job organizing folks, getting people together, and providing opportunities for networking, which we really appreciate at the town level as well. Getting to participate in these types of events helps us get to know people that we might not get to know, every, in our day-to-day activity. We want to continue our efforts to support Penfield nonprofits. There's so many here in Penfield, and often we may not even know they're here if you're not utilizing their services or engaged with their activities. But we're proud of that as well. And then we always are continuing to look for ways to work with our other partners in government to direct resources and funding here in Penfield. The money's going somewhere, so it might as well come here, is our thought. And that's why we're really trying to focus on ways that we can attract those resources and have them here in Penfield. And I think Marie talked about the fact that we're gonna need to focus on facilities. I'm not the town engineer, I don't pretend to play one on TV, but our engineer department, our Department of Public Works, Recreation Department, all of the leaders of those departments have identified opportunities and needs for enhancement, improvements, changes. So those are the kinds of things that we'll be looking forward to in 2023 and trying to figure out the best way to deliver the services that a town of Penfield's caliber expects and deserves in a way that matches sort of this community. So we're going to try to do our best to keep pace, over time. It gets to be challenging. All of a sudden, development or the need for development sort of can sneak up on a town often. Or you don't realize how long something's gone. Like, oh, when did we build that? Oh, it's not that old. And then you do the math and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's 25 years old. That is not that new. So time really does fly by. And I'm sure all of you have that same experience in your own homes or in your own businesses where something feels like it was just yesterday and that really it was 10 years ago, and or maybe that's just me, and no, not just me, okay. So we always are encouraging communication and interaction with the town. We want to hear from our residents, we want to hear from our business owners, and anybody who's interested in somehow being part of the Penfield community. And so we hope that you'll visit our website, follow us on our social media, call us, email us. All of our information is out on the website, which is always helpful. And now it's the time for questions and answers for me, if anybody has any. And I'm not going to be offended if you have no questions. All right. Well, thanks so much for the time to chat with you.